One more prayer. Can you see faith? Can you touch, taste, or smell it? Of course not. But for acorns, faith is to remain the single most dominant and the driving force in man's search for spiritual peace and truth. I know that faith is a highly personal choice for everyone. I respect the people of all faith and freedom to pursue that faith in whatever way brings the most meaning to each of you in your own lives. Having said that, I wouldn't be writing a book that's true to myself if I didn't share with you the significant impact my faith as a Christian has had on my life. In fact, it's had the biggest impact of anything on my life. Quite frankly, I've struggled writing this chapter, not because of the deep belief in my faith, but because I want to share with you the huge impact I know prayer can have on my life. I also want to be transparent about my love of Jesus. Having said that, I also want to be respectful of your beliefs and not push you away by preaching. This is not a chapter about religion. This is a chapter about using prayer and the faith as a strategy to help you achieve your goals. And even if faith doesn't play a big role in your life, keep reading because I'm also going to tell you how I think science can affect your life in this area as well. What is faith? We know faith moves mountains, but that only begins with the scratch the surface of what faith truly is. Faith is universal. Every civilization since the beginning of the time has practiced some sort of faith-based spirituality. It's also fair to say that prayer is manifestation of faith. Faith and prayer combine to give you path to peace, truth, conviction, and living by a moral code. They go hand in hand, but each is uniquely different, and that exists in harmony for your benefit. In one more terms, approach faith as your thoughts. Approach prayers as your actions. When you combine them, they form a bond. Like anything else, that's why it's important to think about your faith often and then act by committing to prayer often too. Most of the people are driven by some form of faith that is strengthened and confirmed by prayer. Prayers strengthen your faith-based beliefs, in turn, that defines your character, what you think about yourself, and how you treat others. In fact, I can attest that one more prayer has drawn me close to Jesus every day of my life. Consciously and subconsciously, you pray more than you realize. You may not always view it as prayer, but your mind's natural tendency is to think about what you want in life. You see them as desires, but in reality, desires are a form of prayer. When you desire a job, promotion, a happy and loving relationship, good health and wealth, whether you realize it or not, you are engaging in a form of prayer. That leads to several questions. Are you praying often enough? Is prayer a regular part of your daily activities? Do you only pray when you need your God's help? How often do you give intentional thought to what it is you pray about? Are you practicing gratitude when you pray? Yes. And after prayers are answered? Yeah. How do you define faith and prayer? Just as every person has a unique relationship with their God, Faith and prayer take on highly personal meaning of every one of us. Consider how the Bible defines faith in Hebrews. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. While there are universal truths and beliefs we can all agree on, when it comes to defining faith and prayer, we hold some thoughts and based on how we perceive faith, prayer, and our relationship with our higher being. The presence of faith and the ability to pray are unique to humankind. Our ability to think conceptually above and beyond what we see, touch, and feel in the world separates us from other living beings. Free will means that we can interpret faith on a personal level. From that interpretation, we can pray on a personal level as well. Faith has applications beyond those associated with religion. Faith relies on trust and a loyalty to a duty, personal thing, and in broad terms, faith is based on accepting a proposed truth, absence proof of the truth. Prayer is more narrowly defined. For many people, the purpose of prayer is to increase our understanding of what our God calls good, while also increasing desire in us for what we put. I think I should stop here because my eyesight so much tired, and then it feels like I cannot see clearly, and then also it sounds like no, it's not. Looks like so blur. So I don't know what I can do. I'll just see here. If I read for that or just think about like I don't really know. I'm going to try to read James Allen's book. Yes, in English version actually. So I think it's better for me. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good idea because it's kind of hard for me to read paper book. Yeah. My eyes so blur. I don't know why. What happened to that? Yeah, I'll figure out that. Actually, let's see. Okay, I just try to read a little bit more and then I wrap it up reading book today. That's a routine. Okay. Always if I feel tired, I really just go to the gym straight. But okay, just gonna try to control myself. Equal mindedness. To be equal-minded is to be peaceable-minded, for a man cannot said to have arrived at peace who allows his mind to be disturbed and thrown off the balance of occurrences. The man of wisdom is dispassionate and meets all things with the calmness of a mind in repose and free from prejudice. He is not a partisan, having put away passion, and he is always at peace with himself and the world, not taking sides nor defending himself, but sympathizing with all. The partisan is too convinced that his own opinion and his own side is right, and all that goes contrary to them is wrong, that he cannot think there is any good in other opinion and the other side. He lives in a continual fever of attack and defense, and has no knowledge of quiet peace of an equal mind. The equal-minded man watches himself in order to check and overcome even the appearance of passion and the prejudice in his mind, and by so doing he develops a sympathy for others, and comes to understand their position and particular state of mind, And as he comes to understand others, he perceives the folly of condemning them and opposing himself to them. Thus there grows up in his heart a divine charity which cannot be limited, but which is extended to all these that live and strive and suffer. When a man is under the sway of passion and prejudice, he is spirituality blind, seeing nothing but and good in his own side, and nothing but evil in the other. He cannot see anything as it really is not even his own side, and not understanding himself, he cannot understand the hearts of others, and thinks it is right that he should condemn them. Thus, there grows up in his heart a dark hatred for those who refuse to see with him, and who condemn him in return. He becomes separated from his fellow men and confines himself to a narrow torture chamber of his own making. Sweet and peaceable are the days of the equal-minded man, full of being good and rich in manifold blessings. Guided by wisdom, he avoids those pathways which lead down to the hatred and sorrow and pain, and takes those which lead up to love and peace and bliss. The occurrences of life do not trouble him, nor does the grief suffer those things in which are regarded by mankind as grievous, but which must befall all men in the ordinary course of nature. He is neither elated by the success nor cast down by failure. He sees the events of his life arrayed in their proper propositions and can find no room for selfish wishes or vain regrets, for vain anticipations and selfish disappointments. And how is this equal-mindedness, this blessed state of mind and life, acquired? Only by overcoming oneself, only by purifying one's own heart. For the purification of the heart leads to unbiased comprehension. Unbiased comprehension leads to equal mindedness, and equal mindedness leads to peace. The impure man is swept helplessly away on the waves of passion. The pure man guides himself into the harbor of rest. The fool says, I have an opinion. The wise man goes about his business. Okay, I don't know. Good result. Okay, I think I should stop here and then, okay, I keep going doing my routine. That's enough today, okay?